Pepsi, Coca-Cola, McDonald's? Why are millions around the world, especially in the Muslim community, calling to boycott these global giants? Is this just a trend or a powerful act of resistance? From Nelson Mandela's legacy to Gaza's pain, from lost lives to rising local brands. This is more than just skipping a soda. This is a global movement aiming to shift power, challenge injustice, and give voice to the voiceless. Before you sip your next drink, watch this. Understand why a boycott can be an act of courage. Meet your stunning AI assistant Angelina Rose, brought to you by Smart Studio.
Pepsi, Coca-Cola, KFC. These are some of the global brands people are calling to boycott, especially across the Muslim world. But why? What's the real purpose behind this boycott?
How effective are these boycotts?
Can refusing to buy from these companies actually help save a child's life in Palestine?
Yeah, I literally cry every day.
And does it really impact Israel in any meaningful way?
Give us the tools faster, and we'll finish the job faster.
This movement didn't just start recently. The boycotts we see today have deep roots in global activism. Going back to Nelson Mandela, who fought to end apartheid in South Africa and became a global symbol of justice.
Of racism, the human rights of all our citizens.
Mandela once said, just because someone is seen as America's enemy doesn't automatically make them our enemy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Mandela.
One of the mistakes is to think that their enemies should be our enemies.
He openly supported Palestine's right to freedom, comparing their struggle to South Africa's fight against oppression.
Territories should be returned to the Arabs. They are fighting for the right of self-determination.
Inspired by Mandela, South Africa hosted the World Conference Against Racism to unite nations against injustice,
We condemn all forms of racism,
including Israel's occupation of Palestine. However, Israel and the United States boycotted this event, which was cut short by the 9/11 attacks. Yet Mandela's legacy inspired Omar Barghouti, who in 2005 launched the BDS movement, boycott, divestment, and sanctions to pressure companies supporting Israel's occupation.
In campaigns such as BDS.
Jewish support for BDS.
The word boycott itself comes from a peaceful resistance tactic used 150 years ago against a British land agent named Charles Boycott. Workers refused to serve or sell to him, forcing him to leave.
I asked you why you came to my house and told my servants to leave.
So long as you go on demanding high rents and throwing people off their farms when they can't pay them, no man or woman will work for you.
This non-violent strategy was later used famously by Mahatma Gandhi during India's independence struggle, encouraging Indians to boycott British goods and institutions.
Here is a dictum for the non-violent soldier of freedom: do or die.
During World War II, Jewish communities worldwide boycotted Nazi Germany's products to resist oppression. An act that inspired Omar Barghouti's BDS movement decades later. Initially, BDS targeted only Israeli companies, not global brands like Coca-Cola or KFC. But after renewed violence in Gaza and global outrage, BDS grew stronger and expanded its focus to companies supporting Israel's military.
To boycott their company, to force their company to abandon illegal projects in Israel.
For example, during recent conflicts, McDonald's Israel announced free meals and discounts for Israeli soldiers, while other U.S. brands also voiced support for Israel. This sparked a renewed boycott movement among Muslims, Christians, atheists, and many Jews worldwide, demanding accountability from global brands backing the occupation. Critics argue the boycott hasn't hurt Israel yet, but Israel is spending millions to fight the movement.
Several global companies have pulled out their operations from Israel.
Starbucks has fired its CEO. McDonald's global sales are declining. Burger King is changing its name. KFC is closing branches.
Since the war began, major companies like Intel have canceled multi-billion-dollar projects, and thousands of Israeli businesses have shut down, causing economic losses estimated at $3.5 billion. Tragically, over 600,000 Palestinians have died in this conflict, making the economic damage to Israel a fraction of the human loss. You might wonder, why boycott American brands instead of Israeli companies? Because American corporations fund Israel's government and military.
I love Israel. I love Israel.
Because everybody knows the United States is a friend of Israel.
2,000 U.S. troops are now on a hike.
These brands also operate across 57 Muslim-majority countries, reaching nearly 2 billion consumers daily. If the Muslim world withdraws support, these companies could face a tough choice. Keep doing business with a few million in Israel, or billions of consumers elsewhere. Already some companies are scaling back in Israel. Starbucks and McDonald's have closed branches and seen sales drop. Sounds good, but here's a concern. These brands provide jobs to hundreds of thousands in Muslim countries. Boycotting them could cause job losses and hurt local economies. That's true. But let's look back to World War II. Back then, Japan invaded a weak and poor China, which relied heavily on imports. After suffering great losses, China decided to manufacture everything themselves. This sparked the rise of Made in China, now a global powerhouse. So yes, boycotts might cause short-term pain, but they can also inspire nations to build self-reliance. That's happening now. In Pakistan, local brand Cola Next is overtaking Coca-Cola.
You get Cola Next.
In Malaysia, Zeus Coffee has opened over 360 branches in 2 years, surpassing Starbucks. Egypt's bazooka fried chicken is growing internationally as people abandon KFC. Turkey closed 500 KFC branches, replaced by local CTR chicken. Indonesia's CFC is filling KFC's void. While some jobs are lost, new ones are created by local businesses that are rooted in our communities. So this boycott is more than symbolic. It's creating real change. But some ask, why only boycott brands like Pepsi or McDonald's and not everything American? Well, boycotts are strategic, not emotional or total. Gandhi didn't boycott British trains or medicine, only the parts supporting oppression.
Thus we can define time.
Einstein protested Nazi Germany, but didn't reject all German scientific progress. A boycott targets what truly matters, what funds, and enables oppression. It's like having only a stone to fight back. You throw that stone, because doing something beats doing nothing.
This isn't just about brands, it's about what we choose to support and what we choose to stand against. Even the smallest action, like saying no to a product, can echo across the world. In a world that often feels powerless, even a small act like a boycott is an act of courage. Boycotts don't just hit profits, they awaken conscience. They remind us that even without power, we still have a voice. And today, that voice is saying, enough. If this moved you, share it. Because awareness is the first step toward change. Want to choose the next look for our AI assistant? Drop your ideas in the comments below. We're all ears.